Hello, welcome to this live stream. Ha ha ha, you are all mine tonight. Or to afternoon, if you're American, which statistically quite a few of you are. Welcome. How are you doing? Mr. Toddlefort, Agent Zero, Mr. Vedros, Magix, Ralphan, Harry, and everyone else. Change your name to Mr. Duck. Mr. Duckfoot. And that'll be quite a distinguished name. Hello, don't trust your sanity. I don't have sanity, so there's nothing to trust there. So, your username does not affect me. Twaddle Duck. Mr. Duckford sounds cool. But so does Mr. Twaddleford, so that's fine. Weatherby, welcome. Marty10 VHU as well. And everyone else who's watching. So, you survived the structural inspection of your house. Okay, but did you also pass? Like, I understand that you didn't die from it. I would hope that you didn't die from it, because I've never heard of someone dying from a structural inspection. Did the house also turn out to be structurally sound? I know what you mean. Positively quackers. Yes. The same goes, by the way, for the scenario. That's not the scenario. No, this is hopefully tomorrow's video. It's next video. Thought we were going to talk about the shortest ride for a bit. Seems interesting. Right. I should turn back on these. Disable them for the video. So, last live stream, we started this scenario. And we first kind of built up a park with loads of these micro loops to make some money. That's why we're rich. And then we have slowly been spending it to build rides. Because basically, but you can see in the stream title how many guests we need. 25,550 if I remembered correctly. And yes, I did. Now, park rating is not a problem. Nothing's really a problem. Except space. Because... So, advertising is not allowed. And harder guest generation is on. So that means we need to build long rides. 6 excitement, 600 meters of length. It is mostly the length requirement, that's annoying. So I have come up with these designs. The twister coasters, they attract 240 guests each. Because doubled, because harder guest generations are 240. Instead of 120. And I've built so far 35 of them, 7 in a stack. Now the reason they look weird is that we don't own a lot of the tiles, and I can show you exactly which, because there's a pattern. You can see there's a pattern where I can't build, and those are the tiles that I do not own. That just cost me 30,000 euros. Nearly. Supports on water are expensive. Well, path supports are expensive, and this water is fairly deep. Hey. There's one forgotten tile here that we do own. That's not going to be particularly helpful to us, but... Well, I found a mistake, I guess. Oh, there's another one there. I wonder how many there are. That's why I've built this right. The problem is, I don't think it's compact enough. Yeah, it's mostly the length. The excitement is the easy bit because we can add loads of scenery and whatever. It's the length, 616 meters. Now what it does, it goes forwards and then doesn't make the corkscrew, it goes backwards, and there we got our 600 meters. So it's already kind of like half length by making it double up. But those missed tiles make it annoying to build. So I had to carefully go around all there, hence the weird shape. Thing is, we need 100 of these. Slightly, well, 100 and like 102, 103. Which is gonna be like 15 stacks. There's no space for 15 of those stacks in this park. Because I can show you exactly how much we own. That. And, well, this is 5 stacks, that's half the park. There is no space for 15 stacks. So I'm gonna have to do something else. Also, welcome Toad of Sky and your party. How are you doing? I'm trying to figure out how to build 100 twister coasters. 100 twister coasters of length 600 meters in this park. Okay, so the path, I will probably rebuild some of the path. And those 25,000 guests, I'm not going to build a proper park for them, I'm just trapping them here. You know, they've ridden at least one ride, they have food there, they have drinks there, they have a cash machine there, they'll be fine. Maybe every now and then someone will want to go home. Maybe if they go in with too low energy, because they spawned with low energy or something, that's possible, but the 1 or 2 guests, you know, we can pick them up manually, it's fine. And we are actually making quite a significant bit of money from this. You know, 10,000 in October from just food and drink sales. I mean, mine is a bit of stock, so a little bit over 9,000. So that's all perfectly fine. There is a bug I discovered, by the way. It's because this staff member, this mechanic, has the bit of weird shape, but whatever, patrol area, which clearly does only this ride, but he's also responding to other rides. And that's a problem, because then he won't fix that ride if it breaks down. So you kind of need more mechanics than... Luckily, not a lot of these rides break down. I mean, they're kind of broken down, but not really. The question is, though, we need... Do we have the Giga Coaster? Yes. Okay, we can use maybe the Giga Coaster. This needs a drop of 12.5 meters. And there's no going around there. Or 12 meters, I think? I think 12 meters. Maybe not 12. There's no going around there, but it does have a lot higher support limit. Let me just show you. You know. Well, we can still go higher than that. To be honest, that'll probably do. You know, if I can build some Giga Coasters on top of that. We can probably make that multiple laps. No, that's the problem. Length doesn't do multiple laps. It only counts the length of one lap. It's just, the excitement is never the problem. Multiple length can give you more excitement. That's never the problem. Okay, can we build... Oh, yeah, there's the space. So, the problem is really just going to be that length. And with boost... Well, boosters are kind of usually cheat, but... Should I enable those? Because they are native to Classic without cheats. Well, the floorless boosters are not. Twister boosters are, floorless boosters aren't. The other day a friend was considering creating a public OpenRT2 server. I wonder if that's been done before. Like, you mean an OpenRT2 server where just random people can join and build? Yeah, that's been done loads of times. You have various levels of publicness. There's one where literally anyone can just click on it in the list and join. There's also ones where you do need to go to a Discord server, get a role there, and then you can join, but it's still open to anyone. Now, just letting anyone do anything without restrictions obviously is gonna turn into a griefed server. You can stack them. Yeah, shift now works. Well, I say now, it's been a year or so. Maybe a little bit less, I'm not sure. Been a while. But it's a relatively new feature. Shift works on the right designs. Which is very useful. I could have still built this otherwise, but that would have involved more manual building. Right, how much soft guest cap is this? This is 42 twisters. Oh, I don't have my soft gas cap plugin. Well, let's just get it then. Plugin, soft gas cap. There it is. Alright. Save. Reload. Now it should be there. Hey. 9,880. Well, that'll help. So, let's fast forward a bit. Yeah, see, now this ride isn't getting fixed. There we go, now it's getting fixed. We're still researching stuff, by the way. We're in year 11. That's madness. That's a massive research tree. It might just be every ride in the game. Okay, how many of these have broken down? I think that one's broken down. Hang on. No, it seems that... I mean, we have a list. Oh, a few are broken down. Okay, we can replace those. We need to eventually get lucky, which we have gotten for most of them, and get a breakdown that can't activate. That's kind of what... For example, if a specific train is chosen to break down, that won't activate until that train departs. But these trains will never depart, so it will never activate. We could just put the mechanic in there as well, but I put the entrance kind of, the exit kind of in the wrong position and doesn't really work. Also, that costs money, although we kind of need them anyway, so that the other ride can get fixed. But we'll get there eventually. Our salt gas cap is now over 10,000, which we can't really see in our guest count yet. Let's... Wait, didn't I just open you? You do need to test, please. There we go. And you. Any other broken down ones? So far not. Some more will break down. In the meantime, we can build some more. We will need more money, but as I said, we are making quite decent money. Okay, there we go, there's the spot. Now, of course, the more guests we have, the more money we'll be making from stalls and... Hey, most dazzling color scheme. That's actually helpful, because then the guests will spawn quicker. There's a reason I went for purple. I mean, all these colors are most dazzling. The track, the train not. Only the first one needs to be. But I decided to do all of them. Okay. Soft gas cap is 11,000 already. That is quite high. Is this roller coaster track to inflate park value? No, to inflate soft gas caps. How many guests we attract. So we need long coasters for that. Okay, one of them is just broken down. Which is that one. Ah, in the middle. Well, not quite the middle, roughly the middle. The middle 3 anyway. There we go. One annoying thing is lag. Okay, you can go there. And then I want my 9th and final stack. I want to make sure I can build that. Yes. Right. So we're gonna get 9 stacks. That'll be 63 right. We're still gonna need a lot more. But that's fine. We can do that with the Giga Coaster. How many Giga Coasters do we need? Giga Coasters also give 120, attract 120 guests, which is a lot. Just like the Twister, they are really strong. And I'm already kind of thinking about a Giga design. I may just, instead of stacking, just go really narrow. Safest country. Ooh, we have 2 awards running at the same time. Do we? Yes. That'll make guests come a bit quicker, which is nice, because that's also just a thing that'll take a while. And we are kind of running out of money, he says, with 200k in the bank. But if you're building this high, then it's not very, very much. Okay, we've crossed the threshold of 7,000 guests, which is nice. Okay, so there is a threshold of 7,000 guests, after which your soft guest cap, or your guest generation goes down by a factor 4. That was in all likelihood done to prevent people from reaching the entity limit, because that was 9,600 back in the day, and also maybe to prevent lag. Both, maybe, who knows. So that would mean that right now we get really, really slow guest generation. But recently, OpenRST 2 actually increased that to, there's only 6, to 52,000. And I was actually the one who made that PR. So that is a thing that we don't have to worry about. Okay, we've got our 90 Twister Coasters now, which looks quite ridiculous. And a few of our broken down, well, maybe just one. Okay, the very bottom one there. Couldn't know, number 36. One after a multiple of 7. Okay, let's fast forward a bit. Number 27 is broken down. We are on 15,000 soft guest cap. That's more than halfway there, it's 62%. $100 to 200k is usually the point where I find myself exclaiming, what the hell do I do with all this money? Yeah, usually, I would agree. But this is not a usual park. I assume you agree with that as well. Ooh, I cheated on your wife has broken down. That's what we call the looping coaster. Okay, time to replace a few of these broken down ones. Ta-da. There are more broken down. Number 11. Right. Oh, I should not forget to put it at full load weight. Apparently here I click the synchronize with the station button. This scenario is fun until all rides are built. Then it's just a waiting simulator until all guests are spawned. Yeah, I have figured that out already. Have you completed it, Nusse? So my solution for that is to just have it run and open up a second instance of this game and do something actually fun on stream. Yes, I did. Of course you did. I was hoping to be the first one, but luck wouldn't have it. Although I believe this was not... How recently was this posted? How to do music. We've already sold 35,000 hot chocolates. Made 100k in profit. And how many hot dogs? 44,000 with 139k in profit. I believe number 27 is broken down. Yes. Which one's 27? That one's 27. Wait for full load. Any others? Ooh, yes, number 40. Is that on? But yeah, under normal circumstances, indeed, it would give you lots of time to rework the scenery and do all that kind of stuff. Under this circumstance, definitely not. I mean, look at it. I spent let's say 200,000 over the couple of months on the rides. They're ridiculously expensive. We still haven't finished researching everything. We're halfway year 12 now. Although we have now finally extinguished gentle rides or exhausted. So we're getting somewhere. We're making at least 10,000 income from probably profit as well. From stalls and shops now every month. Good morning, Hexavir. And now the question is, can we design a gigacoaster that will go on top of this? And just to make sure that I know where I'm building, I am going to build a massive thing of path again, and this is going to be ridiculously expensive. You know what, I'm not going to build a massive thing of path. That's going to be way too ridiculously expensive. I'm just going to use scenery instead. And I'm fast forwarding currently so that we can make some money. And get some guests. Would that track layout work for the gigacoaster? No, it needs at least a 12-meter drop. Okay, we start not with scatter, we start by just placing one of them. And then we'll do scatter at that height. Like so. And then we get all the ones except the holes. If we just click a bunch of times. You know what, I'll do until the park edge. Okay, so there's the park, there are the park edges. And this will help me out with knowing where I can build and where I can't build. Okay, we've hit 10,000 guests. That's pretty neat. And we have made some more money. Whoa, 22,000 in June. It does go a bit in waves. Because at some point I started building the hot dog, like I built the hot dog stalls and such for the first time. And then all those guests suddenly bought. They're just by going in waves. But we are getting ridiculously rich. This thing starts getting used up only 131 times. Yeah, the guests are quite rich. And they're not spending a lot, it's just that we have a lot of guests spending a little, and that's making us a lot of money. On 165,000 profit now from the hot chocolate stall, and about 200,000 from the hot dog stall. Ah, 227 already. And that's pretty good. Right. Let's get to designing our gigacoaster. So there is this, you can very clearly see the grid that we're not allowed to use. What I was thinking... Okay, you can't apparently control... There we go. So I was thinking that we were gonna do something with steep hills. Because Giga trains can be quite long. There does seem to be a missing tile missing here, because this is usually the maximum length. So yeah, there should be another tile here that's missing, which there isn't. And I do need to take that into account. So I'm gonna build a bit further inwards. Can I please get... There we go. I'll start building here. Okay, so this is the longest station I can build. I don't think I can do ultra steep lift hills with that, which is annoying. But we may be able to do these chain lifts. But we just need one 12-meter drop. Boosters. I mean, those are technically a cheat in OpenRST2, so I'd rather not if I don't have to. Surely we can do that. Yeah, we can easily do that. If I can do it if I actually put a chain lift piece at the top of the hill. That is kind of funny, but let's put a chain lift piece here. Right. I don't really want to go far in this direction, because then we can't stack them. Well, we can still kind of stack them. Okay, 73 to... Yeah, no, this is our 12-meter... Oh yeah, this is already 13 meters. That's plenty. Yeah, we do need 2 drops. So that's easy. Now we just need it to be 600 meters long. Salutations, general reaction. Okay, so what if... Okay, I can't go too far straight on here. That I can do. And I can do another big turn. And we can... No, we can't do that. I don't think we need that much length anymore. Hang on, the live ride measurement is going to be quite useful here. So if we just select this ride, do that. Oh, I guess kind of need to go. Ah, that's how it works. There's something wrong with here. But let's see how much length we got so far. Okay, we're just over halfway only. So we are going to need quite a lot more length. Cursed scenario, yes, quite. Oh wait, I put that in your mouth because I put it in the stream title. Well, it's the truth. The stream title speaks the truth. It never lies. So let's just put these in there. Just so that I can't accidentally block that or anything. Because that would be annoying. Is this going to be 600 meters? Doesn't work quite as well with ghost trains, does it? The live ride measurements. We're getting there, 470. Need just 130 more. That doesn't quite work. Okay, now I need to find a good way to go down, down, down. If I go that way. Yes. Right. I think, yeah, this will be long enough. It will definitely be exciting enough, and if not, we can add some scenery. That's not a problem. Actually, I say definitely will be exciting enough. I do have questions. Maybe it won't be, although with all this scenery nearby, it probably will be. Name the Giga Coaster Design Spaghetti Coaster. It kind of does look like that, doesn't it? Not when it's dry, but after it's cooked. Spaghetti Coaster. Ah, 6.77 excitement. What was I afraid of? Yeah, 643 meters long. That will be plenty. And it's reasonably compact as well. We should be able to build a lot more of these. Not stack as many on top of each other. So I'll save it as 0 spaghetti coaster. And then let's see. How easily can I have to start from the water? Hang on, I've got to know where exactly is this corner. I need to put a scenery piece there. So it's right there. Okay, I've got my finger there. So I think that was it. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to destroy that. Yes. Okay, now I know where I need to try to build it. Yeah, the rides don't need to have any more riding them. There we go. Now we're stacking. Another one. God, this is the ugliest park you've ever seen. Another one. Can we do another one? I think we can. Because the support limit on this is crazy. Okay, no, I seem to have hit the support limit. Ooh, that's lucky break. They go perfectly in this direction. Hang on, if I just place a block there and then measure out, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's where my coasters go. How are you even making money? Loads of trapped guests with living juice and living sustenance that they buy. Okay, now we can just, if I did this correctly, yes. Can put one there. One there. We're gonna have plenty of these. Because this alone is already gonna be 25. No, there are 4. There's gonna be 20. And then we can triple that to 60. And that's well enough. But they're all next to each other, they really look like spaghetti. Yeah, I guess they do. It's annoying that I saved it with minimum wait time on. It's making sure that these don't... Why are you not going? Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. You know what, I'm just gonna save it again without minimum waiting time. Hang on. Save track design. We'll wait for full load off. There we go. The trains need the red for the extra tomato sauce. Too bad, I already saved it without any red. There's a tiny bit of red on the train, I guess. Well, there's a bunch of tomato sauce below it, but you found the wrong order for spaghetti. First tomato sauce on the plate, and then putting some spaghetti in it. This one's already broken down. You gotta be freaking kidding me. But yeah, I can remove all the other scenery. I'll do that later. Can you show the park entrance? Well, this is what it looks like. It's nothing too fancy. Do we have anyone who wants to go home? Not even. Hey, that means we're doing pretty good. Oh, I just noticed we're literally exactly out of money. We have 6,000 in the bank. I did not even try to build a too expensive coaster. The next one would have been too expensive because there's no way these are only 6k. How expensive are they? I mean, if you're building the third one up... that didn't work well. Yeah, you're gonna be looking at about 40k. We do already have a soft guest cap of... Wait, are these not counting? Surely these count. Why is the soft guest cap thing not counting it? It's long enough and it's got 6 excitement. Right, breakdowns. I guess, yeah, they kind of cancel out. We only got 9 of these. So that does make sense. Right, let's make some money. And money making we do be fast at. Although we're also spending a lot of on staff wages. All those mechanics so that our main ride can actually be fixed when it breaks down. But look at this. We make so much money. We're already at 30k. Well, that's not that fast. We used to make money faster before. Maybe I should have let that park running for longer. But our guest count is still increasing. Our soft guest cap is going down though, because more and more rides are breaking down. Let's fix a few of them. You again. When will you ever stop being annoying and breaking down? Number 12 has constantly been breaking down, I'm pretty sure. Which others? Number 19. Luckily replacing is not too expensive, just 30% of the construction cost. Still something, but like a few thousand. Number 41. Hang on, just don't cut away a few. Okay, which one's number 41 gonna be? That one. Right. You sort of. There we go. Then number 47, which is on this side of the park. Right in the middle there. So you are gonna be that. I built my rides with super expensive paths so it can be fixed if something breaks down. Yeah, I went the other way. Mostly because all these exits are right in front of an inaccessible tile and I can't be asked to fix that. But, I mean, I could easily do that. Move it one and then put a path and a mechanic in front of it. That way I don't have to babysit the rides. Although most of them have already gotten into the unbreakdownable mode. So most of them are good. It's just a few bastards that aren't. We can always build more than necessary. By just making enough money, you know, making ridiculous amounts of cash. How many rides do we have? 72 that count. So 72 if we have them all going. I mean, it's already 17,000. We need, let's say, 30 more. That's gonna be over 1 million. Gonna need a lot of money for that. Christ. Right. What I think we should do is we should kind of just let this run in the background. You have broken down again. And do something else in the meantime. So you can go again. Any others broken down? Oh, there's a bunch of twister coasters. I think these are all in the same stack. Yes. Half the stack has broken down. Luckily these are cheap to replace. I made my first death maze after finding your content. Works like a charm. Of course that's the first thing you do. I'm proud of you. That's the first thing one should do. Do you actually kill people with it? Or do you just do it for throughput, attracting guests, money, that kind of stuff? You know, are you actually a serial killer or are you just a capitalist? I think that's the question. You were killing people. RST1 scenario so I could charge for the park enters. Nice. Well, in RST1 scenarios you can always charge for both, but there's no cash machines, it doesn't make that big a difference. What's the difference? Well, a capitalist does not have as the prime directive to kill people. That may only be a side quest. While making money may be a side quest for a serial killer. That's, in my eyes, the difference. That just got way too real. Okay, we do now have a soft gas cap of over 17,000, so yeah, they are working. They were just, hey, 69%. And earlier, 6-7%. It was not guaranteed we would hit 6-7%, because here... Oh wait, that was two of them. Yeah, no, it is guaranteed if we go one up at a time, because they do less than a percentage. Eventually, we're going to hit 1% twice in a row. That's going to happen like once. And I don't know for which percentage. Well, I think maybe at the very end. Depends a bit on how to round it as well. Okay, I think we should now just... Well, maybe not this game speed. Set game speed 6. That way it can run without extreme amount of lag. The error messages for the missing exit path are kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I turned them off in this park. Look what happens if I don't do that. Yeah. That's not ideal, is it? So, I happily turned them off. So, let's start another instance of OpenRST2. And turn off the sound for that one. Where's my mute button? There it is. Make this big. Okay, what scenario shall we play? How about... I've done most of these now, I think. Have I done the Crazy Craters? I've done Frightmare Hills. Well, I say I've done Frightmare Hills, that's like 5 years ago. Pretty sure I've done Thunder Rocks. I've done Octagon Park. I think I've done all of these. Venus Pond, that looks weird with a non-orange water. It will be orange when we open it though. Yeah, let's do Venus Pond. Why not? There we go. Let's change the stream title. Venus Pond. There we go. Right, we can actually play a normal scenario again for once. So, hang on, did we not have a merry-go-round? We did not. That is a shame. I do need to make sure, yeah, well, let's do autosaves every minute. Just so that in the other scenario, nothing can go too wrong. That we only have to, you know, we can reverse in increments of minutes. If something does go wrong while we don't watch. How you guys doing? I'm doing alright. Music. Yes, this totally fits the vibe. How are you doing, Legacy? Whilst ducks won't spawn naturally, we can duckify this park. Yes, we can turn a couple of viewer rewards on that I had turned off. And that now obviously goes for this park and not the other ones. Right, they're turned on again. Duckify park, and immediately, of course, someone does it. There come all the ducks. It's gonna be a duck party. Alright. Now the big question is, do we get a right that kills people? Or do we not? Whoa. I can't even build it anymore. Oh, I can. That's needlessly expensive. I can't afford that. That's just a massive indoor ride. Okay. It's fun having a few of these, but I'm gonna build my own. As I usually do. Looks like a warehouse. Yeah, I downloaded that from someone. So someone uploaded, well, posted a link to their 40,000 tracks archive, and I just had a look at a few, and that was one of the few. But 40,000 tracks is a bit much. Really good. Nothing better than watching you do a scenario run on RST2. Well, then you are in the right place. Do you prefer continuous or block breaks on your custom coasters? I rarely use block breaks. I'm too lazy to properly configure them. I just do a station long enough for 2 or 3 trains. Or 1 if it's a really small coaster, I guess. And that'll be it. You know, we can do breaks here, but we don't need block breaks. The nice thing about that is that you don't need to worry about time being wasted. Oh, right. It doesn't do banks. Alright. We'll go other trains then. But I can't be asked to remove my helixes. I believe this is another hug scenario, but at least this time advertising is allowed. Is it? Yes. Because I remember building some cheesy 606 rides when I beat this without path. Without building path. Or without guests going on the ride, one of the two, but I think it was without building path. Which I fully did in RST1. I'm still proud of that. Like, I do say that OpenRST2 is fantastic because it makes filming and doing setups and stuff so much easier than it would be to do it in RST2 vanilla, and that's all true. But there is one video that I have filmed and recorded fully in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. Which is my video, can you beat Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 without building any path? And not only, I mean that kind of works because it's a playthrough. Where I just need to keep to the rules, so I don't need to do any complicated setups. But not only did I do it in the original game, it also just did amazingly well. It was not even widescreen, you know, you had the big black bars on either side because of the original aspect ratio. And people really enjoyed it. It's got like 400, 500,000 views or something like that. Don't you mean what in the duck, Gretker? I don't see what's wrong, there's just a normal amount of duck. Like, when you played this as a kid, did you never have this many ducks? Because this was normal for me. He says, trying to gaslight everyone. Yeah, the best thing about having this many ducks is that if you get hungry, you just stick your arm out, grab one by the neck, and you got dinner. Okay, the goal is 1600 guests. There's hardly guest generation. I can't be asked to advertise, so that means we need like at least 4-ish coasters that are at least 600 meters long. I mean, the 6 excitement is not a problem. We can do that. God, this green path looks lovely. The green on the grey looks really good anyway. There's a brand of bathroom cleaner called Toilet Duck. Yeah, wc ain't. It's wc ain't is not just a brand of bathroom cleaner. It's such a popular brand of bathroom cleaner that it's sort of used as a stand-in for just bathroom cleaner anyway. Oh wait, that's also a brand in the UK. Well, probably the same brand, just translated. I didn't know it was also an international thing. I thought it might have just been a Dutch thing. Imagine there being an actual toilet duck, just a duck in the toilet bowl watching you while you do your business. And quacking every now and then. I think they call that a genericized trademark. I don't know if it's fully genericized, but it's at least partially there in the Netherlands. Look at that! We got fountains, baby! Might as well make this a bigger area just for more fountainy fun. There we go, got some fountains going on. I'm really confused about this. Do the ducks count towards the sprite limit, or is that not a concern in OpenRST2? Well, it wouldn't even be a concern in vanilla. They do count, but the maximum in vanilla is 300. In open, it's 3,200. Even with the old sprite limit of 9,000 something, 3,200 ducks wouldn't really be a problem in a park like this where I'm not gonna get more than a few thousand guests. And OpenRT2 has, you can get more than 60,000 entities, so that's definitely not a problem. Hey, thank you for the 1 year, Decarot. 1 year of Subos. Suberinos. Okay, we gotta make some more money. Let's start charging people a proper amount for rides. $15, okay, that seems a bit excessive. $12. Because that's not excessive at all. Okay, I've had enough of gentle style. Summer style, same thing. Space style. Can't really hear it all that well, but it's somewhere in there. There are ducks under this path, which is creepy. Just sticking their heads through it every now and then. Well, more like constantly. Also through the rotodrop platform? Yes, yes they are. Ducks don't give a crap about what's on the water. They'll swim through anything. Which is usually not a problem, because you got at most a few ducks in your park and you won't really notice it very much. But this is slightly different. Oops. Pressed the wrong button there. You can also charge more for this. How about full water buccarinos? Okay, how's the other park doing? Let's save this. Stream 2026. Okay, we got 16,000 guests. We have a maxed out. Oh, whoa, we have $800,000. Wow, we have made a lot of money. And we got a lot of broken down rides that I need to replace. I'll do that quickly. Hey, welcome. It's Polymathic. How are you doing, and your party? We are currently doing 2 parks at the same time. First off, we are doing this park, where we need to build a lot of rides. Reason is complicated. And I was about to replace this one, so let me finish doing that. But this is not the sound you're hearing currently. It's all a bit complicated. You need to actually go and test, thank you. And we've got 16,000 guests in here making our money. Basically, we need to get 25,000 guests. But that's taking a while, so we are also building a proper normal park in the Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenario called Venus Ponds, which is now the name of the stream. We were told you were a Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 experts. It was an understatement. Yes, I know a lot about the game. that is true. So, welcome folks. I'm not the first one to try to and successfully beat that scenario, where I'm going to replace some more rides that have since broken down. Someone else did it already as well. The annoying thing, and why these rides have such weird shapes, is that you don't own quite a few tiles. And I have laid these out. You can see which one we don't own, where the tiles of the scenery are missing. They're very regular, but you have to build your rides around that. And these rides keep breaking down, so I keep replacing them until they stop breaking down.
Let's see, which others are breaking down. Okay, these are... Oh, that one's broken down. But we need to eventually build enough guests to attract 25,000 guests. Okay, which twister coasters are broken down? But what were you streaming? How are you doing? Did the other person who beat the scenario provide video evidence of their achievement? I don't think Nissa has to prove anything. Polly was DJing. DJing on Twitch, what exactly does that entail? Just people sending in song requests, you putting them on and mixing them like a DJ would. I don't really know what a DJ is, I've never been to a DJ show. I don't really go to the club either. Wait, he was co-working. I still don't know what that means. Okay, got one more. There. It's just live mixing songs. Alright. And that's all fine? Like from a copyright perspective? I don't know how strong they are, like how strict they are on Twitch with copyrights violations and stuff. Okay, time to build more of these because we got the cash now. Co-working is basically streamers doing work, studying with a timer, chat does work for X amount of time, and then you take breaks together. You know what, that would be quite useful for me. Although I might not be... because I sometimes have problems with motivation. You know, autism. You know the deal. Although I tried once with a video instead of a live stream, because there's YouTube videos now as well. It didn't work. Maybe a live stream would be different. Because it's actually live instead of a pre-recorded video. No, hang on. Sometimes I accidentally turn on synchronization instead of waiting for build up, but it's fine. Twitch is my full-time job, so I can't help you. Oh, you were telling someone else. Getting a job in The Hague. Yeah. Same as YouTube is my full-time job. Well done on Twitch having a full-time job, by the way. YouTube is my full-time job, so if anyone would ever ask me for like help with jobs or whatever, I'm like, never held a job in my life. I mean, YouTube is a job, but you know. Okay, I've technically done one job, but that was just working in a warehouse where they hire anyone that has a heartbeat, so that doesn't really count. Although I wasn't fired, so I didn't completely screw that up. But you had to pretty damn well hard screw that up before you would get fired. Presumably working arms are also a requirement. I worked for a while one of my arms was injured. They didn't know. I didn't tell them. I mean, it was my shoulder. I couldn't lift my arm, one of my arms above my shoulder. I think my right arm, if I remember correctly. And I still could do my job. And I never told them about it. Because I couldn't be bothered. Okay, did I turn on wait for full load on all of them? We have now 20 twister coasters here. I think I did do that. Okay, none are broken down currently. Let's turn the game speed back up. And let's go back to the other park. where we have made a bit of money. 4,000 now. Gas spawning is rather slow. Is our soft gas? We have reached our soft gas cap, I guess. Well, time to build more rides. Why are we back on the cursed one? Well, because I had to do some stuff there. It's not like we stopped playing that one. It's just that while we wait for stuff to happen, we're playing another one. Okay, a launch freefall is quite good because it attracts 65 guests, which is quite a significant amount. You know what, I'm just gonna do a bit of landscaping and bury it more in the landscape. In a way I can do my paths a lot easier. You know what, I'll make it a downward launch. Just for more nausea. That's quite a convenient exit path. I mean queue line, and then also quite a convenient exit path. Love that Marcel still makes this content. Used to watch this for hours when I was little. Wait, you used to watch me for hours when you were little? I only started streaming 5 years ago. 5.5. I started YouTube 8 years ago. What do you mean other people? Nick is 15 or so. Okay, that makes sense. You're one of the youngest people to ever grace my Twitch chat. At least one of the youngest people to ever chat. Does music have a functional effect? No. And yes. None of this music has, but if there's fairground organ style playing, which is the merry-go-round one, or organ style, which they can all do, then guests might think that the music is nice, which gives them a little happiness boost. So yes, it does have a little effect if you choose the right music styles. You know what I do appreciate, Nick, with you being 15, is the fact that you like this game at all. Because you were born 10 years after it came out, well after the golden period of this game. And we do need new players. It's not like the community is dying or anything, because most players are not old, they're like around 30, 35. But at some point they're gonna be old. I'm 22. You're really 22. Damn it. I believed it. I believed it. Y'all tricked me. Because with you saying you watched me when you were little, but you probably didn't mean me then, did you? I used to watch a bit of Roller Coaster Tycoon when I was, well, I would say little. 2012, for example, Fluxtrans. I was 15 at the time. Okay, our guest spawning has picked up again. Yeah, it was dead for a while. But it has now picked up again, which is nice. Let's do a log flume. He's 15, man. Yes, I will totally trust that now. I keep forgetting that you don't need a long log flume station. Or any other water ride. Except boat hire maybe and submarine ride. I'm 1.70 m, so definitely small. That's not that small. I mean, it's on the smaller side. My brother is 172 and he's not small. That is 2 centimeter difference, but still. I mean, for all you guys now, I might be 15. Although that would mean I started this YouTube channel when I was 7, so maybe not. I am 1 meter 80. Okay, we do need more station to actually build the entrance building. Okay, we didn't need it, but whatever. How about the photo section? I'm 183 in the Netherlands, that makes me feel short. Well, short but like average. Well, that makes sense, because 183 is the average. Which, by the way, for Americans, 183 is 6 feet. So yeah, 6 feet is the average length in the Netherlands. The average length is not the correct word, height. Well, in America, I think it's like 5'9" or 5'10". I might as well connect this to there. Why not? More medieval style. I'm dying. You should see a doctor if you're dying. Because it doesn't sound healthy. Does anyone have any experiences with dying here? Can you tell me if it's healthy or not? But I have a feeling in my stomach, you know? 9 out of 10 doctors recommend not dying. Yeah, and the other one's dead. Dying is fine as long as it's gluten-free. Well, I can make you die not gluten-free. If I let a baguette lay out for a while, it'll be hard enough that you won't survive it. Dying kills you. Nah, not if you're Harry Potter. He died and came back. Can you make people die with... You can make people die with a maze. I can. But I don't have it available, so I can't hear. Death Maze. The Death Maze is the best right in the game. I may be biased because I like killing. I mean, I am secretly the Zodiac Killer, so you know. I've decreed the guest to die. Oh, so you did. A prime numbered guest. Well, if we are in the lows, that should be easy. Okay, why are the... Okay, one just left, but why are the first 6 guests even? 21 is not a prime, 23 is. Okay, he's on our right. 37's a prime. Goodbye. Between all the ducks. Where were we? There were we. That guy's prime directive was to die. There's a gluten-free death. No, not quite, because I fed the ducks a lot of bread. And that was all in his way. There was gluten involved. He didn't die of drowning, he had a gluten allergy. Oh look, Twallaford and I are making the same joke. We're both not unique. Bread is actually terrible for ducks. Well, I like killing, so it's good for ducks. Actually, usually I keep my killing to guests in RCT only, so, you know. I don't actually feed ducks bread is what I'm trying to say. I should turn on my light. Hang on, I'll be back. Okay, that's better. I'm no longer sitting in a black void where the only source of light is my monitor. But this thing's definitely not 600 meters long and it is too intense. We are doing the excessive lateral G dance. You know what? I'll put in a little break. Because I know exactly where the problem is. So right there, so I'll put a brake on 35 kilometers an hour. What do you feed ducks? Nails. No, I feed them my fists. Oh, actually, I think the problem might be down there. Well, no, we have lowered the G's a little bit. But there is still a problem down there, yes. How do we effectively solve that? Well, I know a way. We just need to make this bit longer. Just a little bit, because we're only on 2.83 Gs. There we go, that might do. Whee! Yeah, that'll do. That was only 59. So that's under 60. Those brakes are useless now. The problem was never these turns. The main problem was, I think, that turn, which we did mitigate a bit by that brake. But making this longer, we mitigated it even more. Now the brake isn't necessary, so it only adds to the running cost, which is not good, but I can't be asked to fix it. Okay, we'll let this go for a bit and we'll check with the other park again. Oh, we've just failed. Well, that's why we have autosaves. I want to go home. Yeah, why do suddenly a bunch of guests want to go home? They ran out of money. They never went to the cash machine. What? Okay, we can go back to when we haven't failed. Park rating 656. Have we filled here yet? Yes. Okay, I haven't talked quite sudden. Let's go back a few more so we don't have to actually get rid of any guests. Damn, this can be reduced. Oh, 1 megabyte. I thought like 1 kilobyte, but no, 1 megabyte. Okay, we probably already have a few guests wanting to go home. Oh, we still have the broken down right. This is from before I... When did I save it? 1940. Oh, that was before though. Let's take this save file. Okay, that was... Oh, the park rating had already gone down by this time, and I didn't even notice. Okay, but why are the guests not using the cash machine? It is open. It is used. Hang on, if I just quickly force all the guests to use it for a bit. We do still need to get rid of some. We can also just make stuff a lot cheaper so that it'll take longer. Okay, so now they will at least bump into it. And we'll just make this all cheaper. You don't need to make that too much money anyway. Get away from here. Damn, it made nearly $1 million in profit, the hot dog stall. Okay, this went from 512 users to still 512. No one wants to use it. Alright. Away with you then. Why are there so many unhappy guests here? Oh wait. This ride has also become too expensive. Because it's too old. So no one's going on that one anymore. Whoops. Let's make the photo cheaper as well. They're only riding it once anyway. They're never going to buy it because it's their first ride. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, they sold only 210 photos, which was when it wasn't the first ride. The only ride in the park. Rubbish time. I mean, could do, but it doesn't matter. I'll just make it free anyway. Okay, we gotta get rid of a few guests. Yeah, we got a bunch of guests. Oh my god. Oh my lag. Hang on. Can I just... Invisible guests? Oh no, they still need to be rendered. I don't think that's gonna help. And they're rendered in this viewport anyway. So we'll just do one guest at a time. It's only lagging when all the guests need to be drawn. Oh, it does seem a lot worse. Oh, it can't really be. Pause the park, then fish down. Pausing doesn't do very much. See, it's still laggy. Well, it's a little bit easier. Still have to do it one at a time though. Because otherwise it is going to take forever to lag the game way too much. But yeah, these are all people that just didn't get to the cash machine in time. Which is odd. Because they're super happy, they should always want to use it. And did you just happen to never bump into it? Like, that chance is ridiculously small, right? Although I guess that does show you why for the Google coaster I had to be sure. Like, there had to be no chances for it to ever go wrong. But so, because if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. The annoying thing is that we have a lot more of these guests in the prospect. Because we actually filled the park, and when I just tried to force them to use the cash machine, no one did. We should pause the Venus Park. Maybe. We're making decent money though. But yeah, I should probably pause that and get back the noise here. Where did that thunder just come from? Was that... Did it thunder in the Venus Park? No. Why did we just hear a thunder? Where did that come from? Seriously. You heard it, right? Maybe your house. Well, I know it's not thundering here. I've got most of these gone now. But yeah, that is why we had a lot of autosaves. Just in case something happened. And something did happen. Few more to go. Want to go home? Ah, just 4 more to go. That's quite quick. Maybe if I put a no entry sign in front of the right exit. Well, I am just trying random stuff, really. But why not try? They don't need to go back into the right exit. Maybe that will help them to actually go into the cash machine more or something like that. Right. Let's... Well, none of these are broken now. Yeah, because I had literally just built them. We did go in time a little bit. Back in time. So let's save this. Because right now we're doing well. But we do have a bunch of people that maybe think they're running out of cash. No. They think they're running out of cash. Below 5, I think that's, no, below 9 I believe. Below 5 they can leave, but below 20 they should already use the cash machine. Which is why I was stunned that they weren't using the cash machine. But there are so many people at cash machine 1 at the same time. So yeah, I really don't know how they didn't use it. So many people are constantly at cash machine 1. Ah, Twister Coaster 19 is broken down. Oh, which is that? Ah, that one. What is our salt guest cap? Let's see what happens to it when we build this one. Don't know why we didn't get the update, but it's about 20,000. Which means we need about 20 and a bit more rides. So, it's time to extend the Giga Coaster line. Well, maybe we should make more money first. I'm gonna save the game. Put it back at a high speed. Oh, we just got an award. Nice. That'll help speed it up a little bit. Park rating is back. Yeah, you see it slowly it had gone down. Lost a few guests. I hope that that's not gonna happen anymore. We do have one lost guest now. Which means that one is trying to find... Yeah. And again, ran out of money. We can't make all the stuff free though, because we need money to build. Eventually we can make it free. And then this shouldn't happen anymore. But that's on eventually. Right, let's mute this again. If you win the scenario, will you delete that single path piece to experience the sound of all the guests gardening at once? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's build an actually long coaster here. That'll attract a bunch of guests. To the land. Does it reach that? I think it will. Yes, it does. Nice, that's what I wanted. The reason I'm not using the cash machine could be because their energy is below 80. But they can't raise their energy because they can't afford any food. Their energy should be at the maximum though, because they have been able to afford... No, because their energy doesn't increase. Good point. Yes. Energy increases from standing in the queue line. You know what I should do? Hang on. You're absolutely right. Energy increases from standing in the queue line. Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna let new guests. But that doesn't help. It's the old guests. I should have done this a long time ago. You know, made them wait in the queue line for a while. Energy increases while in the queue line or while sitting down. But that's the guests aren't doing anything. So a few that are entering the park with low energy. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Cluttery. I completely forgot that they need some energy level to use a cash machine. Does sitting down riding a ride count? No, it's just benches. And they're not losing energy because they're well fed, but you don't need to lose energy to be at a to stay below 80. Need some money. Seriously, the loan interest is such a joke in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenarios. It's about 1% in every single scenario. Which is basically nothing. I'll do this again. But now with one more tile. So that we can do that. Alright, this ought to be long enough, right? I'm happy at least that there was nothing wrong with my setup. At least not in the way I had thought of it. Basically what I should do is just get to making it all free as quickly as possible, but we need money. Pink, my favorite color. I like pink too. I'm not necessarily always a fan of this very light pink, but hot pink I quite like. Although, you know, we all have our favorite colors we generally like and like less, but in general, it's really also just some colors work for some things and other colors work for other things. Like, I don't really want blue macaroni. It doesn't really work there, even though dark blue is a wonderful color. And pink is a great color for a body. Well, flash color, which we sometimes call pink. Although that's kind of like salmon pink, which in this game is not a nice color. But Patrick Star colored right. Shouldn't Patrick Star have some green for his swimming trunks? Natural browns, greens, and yellows work very well for wooden coasters. Yeah, brown. I mean, brown on wood. It's very obvious why it works, but it does work. And I find that you can make any color work, but the yellow works especially well with woodies. Someone, not too long ago, yeah, I forgot exactly where, but they did like a ride which had a sort of a rusted pattern, which was wonderful. Yeah, use different color schemes, alternate color schemes to make it look like it had rusted a bit. Is this one too expensive? Just unpopular, but make it cheaper. Yeah, it was too expensive, I think. You know what? I am going to advertise. I want more guests. Oh, we don't have any stalls. That's not a good idea. Do light posts make a difference? No, they do literally nothing. Well, they're kind of a downside because they can get vandalized and then they do have a negative effect. And it costs you money, of course, but that's not really an argument because all scenery costs you money. The scenery can actually raise the excitement of rides. Lampposts cannot. I guess what is a complete waste of money is then terrain and wall texture. When does vandalism start? When your paths are dirty and the guests are unhappy, then they can vandalize. So keep your paths clean and you'll never see any vandalism. Okay, surely this one's 600 meters. 668, yes. Okay, how's this scenario doing? Okay, we've lost some park rating. And we're stuck on 8,913 guests. Okay, this one. Oh, one mute, but you know, I'm just gonna pause it. I don't care. So yeah, it's not the fact that these are too expensive. So I might as well make them more expensive again to make money quicker. Because that doesn't make a difference. So now I am going to start building more of these. Okay, I need to kind of... Can you control? No, you can't really... Oh, you can. Wonderful. That makes my life easier. Well, maybe not that easy. Alright. Oh, whoops. Guests are in shot. That's not nice. Okay, need to... Oh my god, this is getting harder to see. Hang on, I need to control actually the bottom, I think, of the right. Which is the station. I could just control the station. Yes, yes, yes. It was there. It is there. It works! I can use the right mouse button to move myself around. Okay, we should be able to put one more on top of it. Can't find the spot there. Did I do the correct station? Okay, screw it. I'll just build it next to it. Do that one. Ah, there it was. You see it? There it is. Okay, let's actually test all of these. You could make more traps. Well, yeah, but we're already deep into this, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Oh, there it was. Oh no, that was not the correct space. That's the correct place. Come on, where are you? There you are. Yeah, that seems to be the correct space. And the second one. Ooh, found it. That seems to have been built a bit more forward. Yes. But also lower. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, yeah. There we go. I had to keep to my neatly designed layout. What is this stacked monstrosity? Getting all the guests we need in this park. Attracting all the guests. No, not synchronize. Wait for full load. I think I got it. Yeah, yes, yes. That's the lower space again. Yeah, that's not even close to being aligned with the rest. Oh, there it was. I think. No. No, that is right. Never mind. And then that's the third station. There it is. Control is so useful here right now. It's immensely useful. Okay, I can't quite just use control on this. I don't really know where exactly. I need to use control on this top one, but that didn't work when I just tried it. Yeah, see? Maybe control doesn't work when you're that high up. Doesn't matter though. We'll just go further this way. There it is. You don't need to stack them all the way to the ceiling. Okay, we've hit 20,000 with our soft gas cap. And there are of course still a couple of broken down rides that we need to replace. Wait a minute, I think there's one there that I never opened. Yes, that one. It did make it way full low, but it's... Wait. Oh, it's open now. Okay, we're slowly getting there with the amount of rides. Oh, crap, that was it. Sometimes when I can't find it for... Ooh, there it is. When I can't find it for a bit, I'm like, did I do it right? Did I do my control pressing right? Because I can't know until I see the ride going. Ooh, that was down there somewhere. Wait, that's way too high. That's not in the correct position. Oh, that is. That seems wrong. Yeah, no, that one's better. Oh, we're out of cash. Well, we can do a hefty borrow, but that costs a lot of interest, so... Number 19. You can't stop breaking down, can you? Those are luckily easy to replace and cheap. One more. Oh. Suddenly it's lag. And then suddenly it's gone as well. Lag, no lag. Okay, now we've really run out of money and I can't even replace any anymore. But the salt gas cap is getting there. It's over 22,000. Okay, let's replace all the remove all the tired guests. There might be an easier way of doing this. Hang on, I'm going to save and I'm going to try an easier method. That doesn't require me so what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually all these guests that are spawning are in the way. Because I was going to let them all just walk against the park entrance and then walk back, and the ones who want to leave will want to leave. Problem is that then there will be a few guests from here that are going to be stuck in with the rest that haven't gone on a ride yet. And that's a problem. You know what, I'll just pick them up manually for a bit. It'll be fine. There we go. Sometimes the solution that requires a bit of hard work is in the end the simplest and the quickest. I mean, the simplest this was definitely, the quickest is the question, at least the least likely to have complications, I guess. Can you remove the tile and place it back when the first people are drowning? Because... No. Because you can't stop people from drowning once they have started drowning. Except by picking them up. But I like the way you think. It reminds me of that guest pathfinding video where I counted a bunch of guests by drowning the other half. And when I say half, I mean I counted 17 guests by drowning 983. And people found that quite amusing. I was still really proud of that shot. That was a shot of where I showed that there's a 1.7% chance that guests take an exit. So 17 out of 1,000. But the thing is, the people that took the exit in the pathfinding had a different color shirt. They were pink instead of the white that all the other 983 had. And people were like, how did you do that? How did you know that those people were going to take the exit? And that's because RC2 is a predetermined game. There's just a random seed that's used to do stuff. And that seed changes all the time. And it is impacted by stuff you do. But if you don't do any stuff, the game will play out the same every time. So I loaded the game. I saved the game, loaded, wrote down which 17 guests took the exit, and then all I had to do was make those guests pink. Now that wasn't that easy, because every time I made them pink, they would now suddenly, the random number generator would have changed, and the different guests would take the exit. So I had to ask people for help and do an outside command from outside of the game without the save game loaded to change the guest color of those guests, and that did eventually make that work. I'll notice this changing the color of pull the RNG function. Because I used a plugin to do it, and apparently that impacted it or pulled it or whatever, I don't know. I don't know how the RNG function works. I just know that it impacted it. Alright. Let's set the game speed to 6 again. We are getting there. We are definitely getting there. I don't know how it works in RCT, but most of the time it's basically the same thing as a massive list of numbers, and each RNG request takes the next item in the list. Well, we can have a look at the code. There's a lot of scenario rand. There we go. Can we find the definition? Yes. Return game state dot scenario rand. That's a random engine T. And this is random.hpp. It's using random engine T, open RST2, random RST2 engine. This is all the stuff I don't understand. Fixed seed sequence. So there's a fixed seed sequence. But yeah, how this all works, I wouldn't know. Rotate engine state. Oh god, there's a lot here that I can't suddenly just understand. Looks like it has a seed, so it should act like a massive list. Somehow changing the shirt color must have asked the game for a random number and offset the list. Yeah. And I don't know exactly how it did. I used the Peep Editor plugin for that. Oops, that's the wrong park. Okay, we're over 20,000 guests now. And we're suddenly have 150k again. Damn. We do be making money quickly. I mean, we're like 30k a month. That is a lot. That is an awful lot. And while we're at it, we might as well already get a few more. Well, not at this. Should probably reduce the speed to nothing first. Because, yeah, otherwise. Oh, God. That's really lagging. Eventually we won't have to build any more rides, and then we can make it all free and no longer have guests want to go home. Maybe the game sometimes asks on purpose for a random number just to make it less predictable or something. I haven't got a clue. I'm pretty sure I did have the game paused while doing that, by the way. Because it's pretty obvious that if you don't have it paused, lots of stuff will change. It can only ever ask predictably though, unless there's a secret other random number generator. Yeah, but maybe like there's functions that don't need a random number that ask it just to make it seem more random. I don't know, I haven't got a clue. RNG functions are kind of a special interest. Well, it's good to have a special interest. Oh god, what did I do? Why is my screen moving that way? Did I accidentally click locate? Control Z, arrows, I want to get away from this. Ah, there we go. Okay, you just all leave. That makes it clearer which are still in the park and which aren't. You know, the annoying thing is that I would say I can easily think of a method where people will not want to go home. But the problem is that that doesn't work. Because the people that do want to go home are already there. New guests are not a problem. They don't want to be going home before we've beaten the park. Ground them. I would like to keep my park rating high enough, because otherwise we fail the scenario. That's the entire reason we're making them go home. Because if we don't, we are going to fail. Okay, none of the twisters are broken down. Which is good. Okay, there, that one's broken down. Uh-oh. It really does become an extra obstacle when you also have to avoid a certain part of the screen lest you get extreme lag. Okay, can I spot? Yeah, there's another one. Oh, that's one in the second row. I think that was 3 high. How am I ever gonna do that? How am I ever gonna replace that? That's in the middle of everything. It wouldn't necessarily need to ask for a random number to increment where you are in the list, like games where step counts increment your position in the random number list. Right, yeah, I guess that could be a thing. Okay, so there's missing one there. Is that... Yeah, that's the middle one there. I'm pretty sure I'm fishing at the right height now. Just can't seem to place it. You know what, I'll just continue expanding this way. There you go, that's another one. This game definitely seeds the RNG per save file, so that makes it sense why the RNG pool is consistent when reloading. Yes. And the fact that it's consistent is a thing, yeah, a thing I've made use of many, many times. That is particularly useful. In video editing, for example, I've managed to just fuse multiple shots. I do think at some point I changed the right color without the random number changing. Because I do remember doing that for a shot. And the right number, I had like a right with different colors and such, and it all went smoothly because I kept reloading the game. Oh yeah, where the colors changed just during the footage. So that definitely worked. I didn't alter it. Or maybe it didn't alter it enough. Maybe it did do something. But not enough to impact the little bit of footage that I had going on there. If it changes, it should butterfly effect out. There's only one RNG source. Yeah, but you know, there were people in the queue line that went on the right. That's not gonna change by using a random, like, triggering the random number generator, so, you know. I don't remember how long the shot was. I mean, it's in the hairpin overview. I could look it up. Do I have enough space for another right there? Doesn't look like it. Let's go stacking. Okay, we do have more than 100 rides now. We have 101 rides now, I believe. Plug it in. It's OpenRST2 Peep Editor. It's on the OpenRST2 plugin directory. I just realized I can use the supports of those rides to see where I need to place them. That's a bit easier. Oh, it's a dazzling color scheme again. Nice. And of course, again, we got few. This going home is supremely annoying. Without it, we would have probably already beaten the scenario. Wait, why are they all going? Is no one bloody fixing that? The ride is broken down again. The main ride, the looping coaster, and it's not being. Oh wait, they're walking towards the park. Never mind. Whoops. No, it's not broken down. I don't need those mechanics. Wait, is it broken down? No, I cheated on your wife is running. Okay, soft gas cap 23,000. That's 8 more rides. But we do have 4 broken down ones, which are not too expensive to replace. Okay, this one's on the very bottom here. That one should be an easy replacement. Yeah, so we got loads of space even. I started building a bit high. Which other one's broken? Ah, there, the bottom one. It's not 30k to replace. You get a lot back as well. I think it's like maybe 10k. A little bit more. Depends a bit on how high it's built. God, look at all these supports. That's amazing. Okay, we're gonna go back to game speed 6. That's kind of in between, because usually what you can reach with just this menu is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. So that's times 1, times 2, times 4, times 8, times 128. And with commands you can also reach 5, 6, 7, which are times 32, 64, which is what we're running. Sorry, 16, 32, which is what we're running at, and 64. Right. We also had Venus Ponds going, which we're not going to finish today. Although we are getting a lot of guests suddenly because we are advertising. And I should also advertise this. So if we fast forward this a bit. Guests! I mean, if we fast forward like that, we're gonna finish it. Build some more path. So that we don't get overcrowded too much. There we go, build some rights on it. How about a stop pin? You know, with a little bit of a U line, so that we can store some guests in it. And of course, a haunted heist. Taddly daddly 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 da. And a twist. I don't think we have a twist yet. No, twist 1. Right, Venus looking today. Well, we're actually kind of mostly doing another scenario. We have to wait for that a bit, so we're doing Venus spawns in between. But yeah, we did build, to be honest, a nice coaster, I would say. I'm happy with this design. Name the park. What doest thou wantst to namest it? Aphrodite's Valley. I am quite familiar with her valley. Aphrodite's Valley. Okay, let's have a look back at the other scenario, where we have 200,000. And this one's broken down. Award! Best roller coasters. You know it. You can't ride them, but they're the best. Oh, we got Twister broken. Twister 19. Why does Twister 19 keep breaking down? It's the one that never gets a vehicle breakdown, which is what we need. I mean, it's always supposed to be one, because there are 63 of them, so... Holy crap, these Giga coasters are all massively breaking down. The one on top of us as well. 19 is a cursed number, yes. Apparently so. Did I do this alright? No. That one, not either. Right. Okay, that one's also broken down. Uh-oh. Lag. Lag. There we go, that's better. I've still got so many more broken down. Okay, and I've cheated on your wife. How long has that been broken down? Yeah, forever, because we don't have enough mechanics, because they're all distracted by the other goddamn rides. Okay, that's gonna be a hell of a lag bit. Oh, that was mostly fine, actually. 24, 25, 26 are all broken down. So that one's broken down. Okay, I need cutaway view. And I'm going to select... Hang on. Like that area, so that I can actually see where I need to build those coasters. I'm pretty sure that's done there. No. Oh, I didn't do it fully right. Need a bit of a bigger area. Hang on. Even bigger. Now I can fully see the ride, right? Why is this not correct? That looks like the correct place to me, but it isn't. Okay, instead we'll just try this. Oh, there it is. We'll try the same one higher. Hang on, could if you can help us with not rendering guests, maybe? I can't find this location. Well, then there's one missing there. We do now have 106 rides, which, if they're all functioning, is pretty much enough to get there. Okay, that was the bottom one. Surely, somewhere, ooh, somewhere here it was there. There we go. We're gonna try the one two above that again as well. Oh yeah, there it is. Come on. Yes. Ooh. Found it. Those entire three were all broken down. We nearly got them all functioning. Also broken down. Where's my... I want to get the guests out of range. There we go. No select area, please. Just... Ah. Oh, no. Just have the guests out of range. Oh, that was the correct place. Keep them temporarily closed. Yeah, but then they don't attract the guests. And every time we rebuild them, we take another roll of the dice. That they... Oh, that one's higher than that one? Somehow? Every time we rebuild them, we do take another roll of the dice that they become permanently locked in an open state. Which is why most of our rides are not breaking down. I've got just 2 broken down ones. What's our soft guest cap at the minute? Why is it not doing anything? I guess a lot of these aren't tested yet, but 23,800? I'll just delete them and I'll see where I can place new ones. Oh, well, that one was right on my screen. That was an easy one. Yeah, it's no longer Venus Ponds. Vega. We've switched back to another one. Alright. There should be somewhere here space for another one at the bottom. Oh, yep. Question is where? Oh. Somewhere here? Somewhere here. Yes? Yes. I've narrowed it down to this area. Every time you move away. But I found it. Okay, are these all tested? Just to be sure. No, 2 of these are not tested. One of them is a twister coaster. The very first one was never tested, apparently. Well, it was tested, and then, because it was saved, and then... Oh, it immediately broke down! That makes sense, because obviously I had a vehicle breakdown pending. Oh, that's not the first one, that's the second one. Obviously did have a vehicle breakdown pending. Need to rotate it. So immediately when I made a test, it didn't go, because it broke down. Okay, it's one of these. Yeah, it's that one. This angle I can see it properly. There we go. Is it me or is the park rating suddenly going down a lot? Okay, we've got plenty now. We can even function with a few broken down. Suddenly, a lot of people want to go home. Okay, we're getting there. 25,000. That's only the soft guest cap, though. We're still not quite there. Hang on, 109 times 240. That should be enough. Or maybe a few do not have the excitement or something. Well, I mean, number 19 is... Goddamn, you keep breaking down. Number 19 is very annoying. Maybe a few of these do not have the required excitement rating. Let's see. Oh, there's a bunch with not yet known that I didn't properly test. Well, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, some of them are gonna immediately break down. Well, one of them, number 63. Hang on, that one was already not yet known. Did I just... I thought I had done that one, but apparently not. Number 63, that's the very final one. The one below that is broken down, I see. I can fix that. We're immediately getting a few broken down, which I can fix. We're getting there. And these are especially easy to replace, because they're right on top of each other. Well, we have now reached the soft gas cap high enough. The problem is that some of them will still break down. We have a little bit of leeway. I am officially out of money now. We do have a few rights of leeway. And I'm gonna have to... Well, first we're just gonna have to wait until we make some more money. And we can probably make this more expensive. To make money quicker. And then we need to focus on getting guests home again. Unfortunately. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. But it is a thing that needs to be done. Just so our park rating can stay high enough. There we go. Slowly but surely. We're raising our park rating. Just make them all go away. Probably, I heard those messages. I don't know what they said because I didn't read them, but I'm pretty sure we just have a few more rights break down again. Because of course that would happen. This could have probably been done in a lot easier way. But I did it in this way. I made my bet and now I'm gonna lie in it. That's what they say, right? Is rename 19 to 18A? Well, I don't think roller coasters are stupid enough to be fooled by that, or are intelligent enough to know their name. Either way, it's gonna screw me over. Whether I wanted to or not. Okay, that's a whole bunch more gone. Name a ride of your choice. You can do this. Name hot dog stand 1. That's so stupid. I love it. Hang on. Click on there. And click that away. Okay, it's made one... Wait, it's not making profit. Oh, it was too expensive. Whoops. Oh, that didn't help. How about the hot chocolate stall? That's also too expensive. Wait, I thought you could overcharge $5.30 if the guests are fully happy. I do have 3 entertainers. Just hire a few more. No, 5.30 is not what... Hang on. I think I just have this wrong in my head. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. No, you can only overcharge 3.10. I had that completely wrong in my head. Yeah, all of a sudden money goes up. We had 13,000 just a second ago. People got hungry and thirsty. And now we have 29,000. Which is kind of ridiculous. Should not have opened 2 at the same time. That's fine. This game can handle a lot. Yeah, there's the temperature factor, and that does change quite a lot. Because if it's colder, we can charge a lot more for the... At least the hot chocolate. Let's see. Hot chocolate is 2 in cold, 130 in medium, and 130 in hot. And hot dog is 2 in cold and 170 in medium and hot. So both are most efficient in cold climates. Yeah, you're selling hot chocolate and the temps are rather warm, that's correct. They would have probably suddenly bought all of this. No, wait, there's no difference between warm and medium, but between warm and hot. But they could have suddenly bought it if the temperature went below 11 degrees. It has just dropped below 21, so it has suddenly gone from cold to medium, from hot to medium. Okay, park rating is back up again, because the first 25 guests that are lost are fine. It's only after that that it starts to become a problem. And we are below 25 guests now. Well below. Well, we're only 24, but we've dropped a lot of them already here. $20. Still a few around. Let's just fast forward a bit. Yeah, like that's more efficient. And they're all disappearing. And suddenly they're gone. Right. We do not have enough money for another Giga Coaster. We probably also need to replace a few, but we're getting there. At some point, the thing is, at some point, we can make all of it free. That means we will not have any more people wanting to go home. And that's the point at which we have enough rides that are stuck in eternally broken down, not broken down mode. Okay, we got nearly all of these bastards gone. Okay, there's one more. Another one. Another one. Yeah, that's all of them. Right. Which is broken down? None. Then I'm gonna build another ride. Let's see, where though? Okay. There. That is well enough. We can have 5 rides broken down now, I think. Because then we get to 25,400, which is enough because you can go a little bit over the soft gas cap. I really want to finish this today. Doing good so far. Okay, we have enough money for another Giga Coaster. Which, you know, I will just build. Because the more redundancy, the better. Is it going? The train must be going, right? Yes. Alright, the Giga Coaster has broken down. That's not the problem though. I cheated on your wife, does keep breaking down, which is also not necessarily a problem, as long as it gets fixed. Is it Coaster 19? Now it's Giga Coaster 24, now it's Giga Coaster 29. I think, if I saw that correctly. Yes. 44 and 29. Ooh, the Water Twister 62 is broken down. Okay, we got a few more. Oh, that's Giga 29. Giga 22. Why just wait a while with replacing them, because the soft gas cap is still high enough? For at least us to get some more guests. We do need, I think, no, it's not broken down, never mind. Guests was just being a bit slow for a bit. No, stupid, me pressing stupid buttons. There we go, that's the correct buttons. And we got an award, that's nice. We got lots of money. Okay, park rating is going down. We can take a bit though. We do have some expenses from the staff wages. And the ride running costs, quite a bit actually, so... You know, we do need to keep making some money. Okay, I'm gonna replace the rides that are broken down. We are going to start with... this twister coaster. Look at the screen lagging. And when you zoom in, suddenly the lag. Sagon. Right, any other twisters? No, they're all good. Okay, this one, number 19. Okay, that's that one, that's easy. We're getting there. We only need 3,000 more guests. Okay, now number 29. Which is that one. I can replace that one by copying the height of that one. See? And then we might as well... Oh, that's it. That was in the that one's in the wrong orientation. It's rotated 180 degrees. Yet it still fits. Somehow. Apparently my design is versatile enough that it still fits in this park if it's rotated 180 degrees. I'm just gonna build some more. Because why not? I have the cash for it. Okay, where's number 22? There, on the edge. That's the second in the tower. Just easily done that way. There's one more, number 44. Okay, that's the very top of the park. I say top of the park like that means anything. Okay, now I've thoroughly lost it. Oh, it's that one, I think. Yes. Oh, that was the newest one. Well, not anymore. Yes. Alright, do we have any broken down ones? Currently, not. And we have 110, which is well enough. We can stave off a few broken down ones. Right. We're gonna help a few guests leave the park. It's gotta be done. We nearly have the amount of money where I'm like, we can make the food stalls free. Although that is gonna cost us some money as well. Also in just food stuff. But we might still have to replace some coasters before we get there. And that's the problem. That costs money. Can someone explain this? This is just to juice the salt gas cap. Yes. And the main problem that is kind of slowing everything down is currently that some guests want to go home because they never use the cash machine. Why don't they use the cash machine? Because they spawned with little energy, and if you don't have enough energy, you can't use the cash machine. And they never gain energy. They don't lose it because they got access to food, but they don't gain it either. So eventually, they're broke, want to go home, don't use the cash machine. And I think this is a perfect example of what I meant in my longest coaster video where I said guests are little bastards. Sometimes they just do not want to cooperate. And that is the most annoying thing in the world. At full speed is gonna take a little over a year, I think, to get the remaining 3,000 guests. So, you know, we're thinking a year in expenses. But we do have 27. We can take a bunch of broken down rides. We can take like 8 broken down rides, which is quite a significant amount. In fact, I don't think we're gonna get 8 of them. Yeah, you know what? I think we're there. Gonna save. Oh, I have autosave on anyway, but I'm gonna make these stalls free. And then just fast forward. They're losing money now, after both making over $1 million in profit. Okay, we're getting immediately a breakdown. Now that I have money, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to eventually run out of money. Hang on, which is it? Can't see it. Oh, that one. All the way at the top. Wait, you shouldn't be going around still. Wait for fill that, please. Alright. I'm gonna save again. Just put 2 behind it. No, not that fill fast forward, that will lag too much. Game speed 6. And we're looking for this number to go up. And eventually reach 25,550. Which it will eventually do. In the meantime, we have another park we can build in. Which is all a bit loud. Make it a bit quieter. I was like, where does that notification sound come from? But that's from this this park. What was that? A breakdown? Well, we can't fix that anymore. I just hope we don't get too many breakdowns. Oh, this is going quite fast, actually. Ooh, we got so many bow tires. Shouldn't take too long to beat that other park. Wait for full load. How useless is that on a boat hire? Well, swans, I guess, because they got 4 cars. But any with the 2, they have to board in pairs. And on a jet ski, well, it's not going to go on its own, is it? Ah, we're already at 23,600. How many rides are broken down? 1, 2, 3. I mean, that one, the bottom one doesn't count. That one also gets fixed. It's going well. We've got a few people that want to go home, presumably. Yeah, we got 25 people that want to go home. That's literally exactly the limit for where you start losing park rating from them. Look, 25, -7 per lost guest after the first 25. The dead, yeah, it's like, at this point, we are locked in. Yeah, we lost another one, but that's fine. We got like 5 extra that we can lose. At this point, we're locked in. We lose 13,000 a month. We have way too much staff probably. That's not even the biggest thing. It's all right running costs and food and drink stock. That's ridiculous. I mean, let's just see what... The total profit is still very high, of course, but current profit is minus 28,000. Customers an hour, yeah, it's 61,000. Oh. So, think about this, right? We got 24,000 guests. We got... These have sold like million, like 1.5 million. If you do the division, that's 60 per guest, per stall. They've never been to the toilet. They've had 60 hot dogs, 60 hot chocolates. I mean, it's not evenly distributed, of course. The newest ones have had less, the oldest ones, well, let's take it at linear scale, so 120. Poor people. Okay, how many are broken down now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's easy. We can still take 4 more. This one does need to get fixed though. There we go. Breaks down again. We can't refurbish it. Should have refurbished it when I had the chance. But it's got a reliability of 50%. That's not that bad. I think that double breakdown was just a coincidence. I just sweat out the hot dog. 2 hot dogs per hour is crazy. Well, or 2 hot dogs per year. How do you want to call this, Chloe? Okay, 20,000, 24,800. Getting there, getting there. Nearly 25,000. That's not quite it, but we're getting there. Oh yeah, this thing is not getting inspected. That doesn't help. Hang on now, we are out of money anyway. I might as well hire enough handymen to actually get that thing inspected. We have autosaves, don't worry. I might have overdone it a bit. Will I crash this game by lacking it? Yeah, I feel I may have overdone this a little bit. We have autosaves every single minute, so it's not a problem. There's a reason I did that. Yeah, no, it's better to close and restart. Oh, whoops. My auto-clicker was still on. play. Make big. Then we'll do autosave. There we go. 23,500. Well, that's the most recent one we got. Set game speed 6. I'm not gonna hire any more mechanics this time. I'm not gonna do it again. It'll be fine. I don't know why I did that. That was a bit stupid. Right. This is gonna take a bit though. And it's not gonna be terribly entertaining. Only right. Cold chocolate is fine. I don't like cold hot chocolate. Well, that's cold chocolate milk. Cold hot chocolate makes no sense. Cold chocolate milk is not. It's not disgusting. It's just not nice, you know? It's, I mean, you might agree with me. And that's your right as a person in this world. I wish it wasn't, but, you know, it is what it is. I can't help that. Democracy and all. Well, sort of democracy. Just know that my opinion is the correct one. No chocolate milkshakes. Oh, I've never had one. Although in ice form, chocolate is good, of course. Chocolate and vanilla ice are my two favorite flavors of ice cream, which may make me a basic bitch, but it is what it is. Is it me or does it rain a lot currently? Doesn't really matter because the ride that they're riding to get into the trap is rainproof. It's sheltered. They're popular flavors for a reason. Yeah, that's an interesting thing because people call you a basic bitch for going to Starbucks and for getting your pumpkin spice frappa cappuccino in a tall venti cup or whatever. I've never been to a Starbucks. They call you a basic bitch for that, but well, yeah, it's popular. You know, I like, you know, if you like a popular show, Game of Thrones, whatever. Wet climate or just spiteful RNG? I don't know. That doesn't really matter. It doesn't impact. So, don't know about spiteful. We could check the climate. Yes, good and wet. All about milkshakes. I mean, it is vanilla, that's the best. As I said, I'm a basic bitch. I like my vanilla. Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, once again, we have nearly hit 25,000 guests. That was rather quick. I don't know why it didn't properly autosave every minute. Surely it's every minute, right? Yes. It was definitely more than a minute. But that's fine. Okay, park. This one, spaghetti flavored milkshake. That would be something that Spencer from iCarly would make. Quite a few of you must have watched iCarly back in the day. And Spencer did spaghetti tacos, I believe. Hang on, I think they did the spaghetti milk. Well, spaghetti in a blender, I think they did. For one of the iCarly shows. Spencer didn't do it, but I think they did spaghetti in a blender, spaghetti with meatballs. For one of their live shows, and had a kid drink it. Which, like, spaghetti with meatballs is very nice. Yet somehow blended, even if it's still hot, doesn't sound so nice, does it? For some reason. Which is, I mean, it's all texture. I have a niece who got completely fucked by COVID and lost her entire sense of taste. The only thing she may taste, I'm not exactly sure, is like if you get a strong reaction to a lot of like a very sour thing or something. But she lost her entire sense of taste, which absolutely sucks. But she is studying to be a dietitian now. And for her, it's now all about texture. It's incredibly important. She also has a gluten allergy, so she got dealt a very bad hand in terms of food. But yeah, it's all about texture for her, and even more, just like a blind person gets better hearing usually. Because your other taste, the other senses try to amplify what you've lost. And that's fascinating. Right, we're nearly there. 25,420. Oh, I thought for a moment it got stuck on 25,420, which is bladed, but also I was scared for a moment that we had hit the soft cast cap, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, 50 more. Yeah, we're gonna get there. Okay. Oh, hello, you're broken down. I should turn the volume back up. I'll turn that down a bit. Oh, we've beaten it! Yeah! It took a while, but we've beaten it. Did I properly... No. And now, the big drown. Which might take a while. I think we need to destroy that one. Yes. It might hurt your ears. Wait, it looks like they're not actually drowning? The path is gone. Because the no entry sign disappeared. Or does it just take that long for them to fall? Hang on, surely the path is gone there. Oh yeah, they're drowning. They're drowning. Now that was glorious. So wait until this updates. Bam! Our money as well. Look at this. This is where I fixed the last Giga Coaster. And then it just went down, 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 down. Solid weekly profit. Park value still nearly $1 million. Right. Before I accidentally overwrite this. There we go. Right. Thank you for watching this quite a bit longer stream than usual. I've been a bit quiet at the end because it's a bit late, don't want to disturb the neighbors. But I've talked at this volume before, after 10, and they haven't complained, so Should be good. So thank you for watching. I'll send you over to Jamsta, who's streaming. That was a little bit you just heard. They're streaming RCT Classic Bumblebee Beach, I think. So thank you for watching. An info dump on RCT in the Discord. Nice. I'll have a look at it. And I'll send you over to Jamsta. I bid thee a good time and a good bye. See ya.